we should know about personality development, and the question is why? Why should we know it? Because tomorrow we are going to face the society. Society doesn't need you. Please remember, society doesn't need you. You have to make the society that you are needed by it. And that is where this personality development is required. You should develop yourself. You are reading, no doubt. You are doing mathematics, no doubt. You are doing science. You are maybe making some experiments. Maybe many things you must be knowing. You must be learning in the school. But how to behave with the society, in the society, it is a must, and that is called personality development. Personality. A person may feel inferior, and a person may feel superior. In both the cases, he is a loser. He cannot stand in the society in these two cases. If you are feeling inferior, you cannot do anything, always panicky. You will be just fearing yourself. You cannot go ahead. And next, if you are feeling superior, nobody will be in touch with you. They will be keeping themselves away from you. And hence, personality development is a must. We see nowadays, just in your neighborhood, you may see there are a kid, a child, a boy, a baby, may not be walking, may not be seeing, may not be hearing, may not be talking. That is physically handicapped, we call. We are not that. We are not physically handicapped. Mentally we are very sound. We are very strong physically also. But even then, if we don't have personality development, we may be termed as we are physically handicapped or mentally handicapped. That we have to remember. So now, every paper, if we open it daily, the page number 3, if you see, you will be counting n number of cases, suicide cases. Why that suicide? Suicide is an extreme step a boy or a girl or a woman or a man takes when he feels that he is a failure. That is, failure, we should not think that we are failed in some manner. We are not physically handicapped. We are not mentally handicapped. We are not inferior. We are not superior. We are we. If we have that confidence within ourselves, we can do better and society accepts us. There are many examples in front of us. One, Bharatanatyam exponent, that is Sudha Chandran. Yeah, she has lost her right leg. During the course of her dancing itself, she neglected a small pain and she lost her leg. But again, with a artificial leg, she could able to maintain, and now again she reached the heights of dancing. And she is the most wanted person in TV serials, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Telugu, everywhere. She ruled for quite 2 decades in the TV serials. And now Stephen Hawking, he is one more personality, greatest personality. He doesn't have the movement of his hands, legs, not even eyelids, not even ears, nothing. He can hear, but he cannot answer. Mouth is not working. This, what we call as your voice is not coming. His body is not moving. He is simply what we call as a lump of muscles in a wheelchair. But there they invented some device which can read the brain waves, and that is transformed into words, and he is #1 scientist now, and he is inventing many more things. Third, Helen Keller, you can see. Helen Keller, deaf, mute, blind, means 3 ways she is disabled, but still she has reached heights. Now one more personality we are reading about here. He is called as your Nick Vujicic, but in your next door you may see some Nick Vujicic. And in our TV reality shows, they are finding India has talent. You must have seen there people having no legs, only by the help of hands they dance, they perform, they get acclaim, they get accolade from people. That is called confidence. What qualities of these persons made them great? I am just want to give you a simple formula, mathematical formula here. That is, you should have this first. Whether you are superior or inferior or handicapped or whatsoever, you should have this courage. Yes, I am bold enough. I am brave enough. That way you should think within yourself. Nobody will tell you. Nobody will ever tell you that you are courage enough. You should have this courage. Next, you should have commitment. Commitment. I will do this. I will excel in this. And I will master in it, in this field. That way you should have a commitment, not to the society, but for yourself, you should have that commitment. Now, courage, commitment. And third is consolidation. What is this consolidation is? What do I have with me? What am I left with? That way you have to question yourself, and that will bring you this courage. Can I reach this commitment with whatever I am left with? If you question yourself, the answer itself will give you this consolidation. Do I have legs? I don't have. Do I have hands? I don't have. So how best I can come over this difficulty? That way you'll be consolidating yourself. Yes, whatever I am having, with this I am excelling, I am going to the success. That way you need consolidation. And next, these three in equal proportions if you have, you will be reaching to this. You will be reaching to the great success. That is the formula. Again, courage you should have, brave, you should be brave enough, bold enough, and then commitment. You will be committing yourself, I will become this. And thirdly, consolidation, that is you will be just assessing yourself, what is there with me? Is this enough for me to go to the heights? That is consolidation. If you consider that, great success is yours. And suicide is not the only answer or only the goal. No, you can reach the heights. That is what here Nick Vujicic talks to us and tells us. Let me read the lesson for you. Attitude is altitude. Your attitude only fixes. This is your altitude. These heights you can reach. That way, your attitude itself will give you the answer. Wherever you go, that attitude you should have to reach the altitudes. Imagine having no arms to stretch in the morning, to help you scratch that itch, to allow you to wrap your arms around your loved ones. Imagine having no legs to kick pebbles down the street, to walk or run, to bicycle or skateboard, or get you from point A to point B. Then imagine both at once, which is what Nick Vujicic has faced his whole life. Have you heard something like this before? I know it is no. The peculiarity of this paragraph is all the sentences, all the paragraphs will start with the statements, and most of them some kind of question, interrogative. But here I come across a paragraph starting with the imperative sentence. Imagine. Imagine having no arms. Fought for. We are using arms for many other things, but three things here they have been told which are very closely related to your feelings. One is to stretch in the morning when you get up from the bed. You will not just simply put your legs down and coming out and going for a bathroom. No, you will be just stretching. If you don't have hands, can you do this? No. Second, to help you scratch that itch. That is a very wonderful thing. Wherever you sit, you have to do this. You have to do this. Somewhere at the back, somewhere, or at the leg. You have to do that itching. But if you don't have hands, how can you do it? You cannot do. And of course, back means I can ask some gentleman or some boy, come and itch me here, backside. Oh, it is a very good thing to get somebody have my back itched. But in front side, can I ask anybody's help? No. So if you don't have hands, this feeling you have to feel for yourself to allow you to wrap your arms around your loved ones. This is a greatest feeling. You are there. Your brother, your sister, your daughter, your son, your grandson, your grandchildren, somebody will be coming or your friend will be coming. You want to welcome. You cannot just put your hand ahead for a shake hand. No, you cannot hug him friendly. No. That feeling you will be missing if you don't have hands. Now, second thing, second imagination. What is that one? Imagine having no legs to kick pebbles down the street. So many children you must have seen. They'll be walking on the street and at the same time they will be enjoying kicking something whatsoever comes in the way. Whether it is a paper or some dabba or some bottle or some cap or anything whatsoever comes in the way, they will be kicking and walking. And if you don't have legs, can you do that? No. Second, to walk or run. You are enjoying walking, you are enjoying running also because you have legs. If you don't have, again it is a stigma. To bicycle or skateboard. Now these two also needed, legs needed, you cannot do that. Or get you from point A to point B. The main purpose of your legs is to walk from A to B, B to C, C to D, here to school, school to home, right? So if you don't have legs, this is a lacuna there. That means you are handicapped, you cannot go. If you don't have legs, hands, you cannot hug somebody. That means not only that, many more things you cannot do if you don't have hands. Now, if you don't have both the things, it is something which we cannot imagine, unimaginable, simply. Now, if you don't have both, imagine Nick versus Sis. There is a person who doesn't have these two things. No legs, no hands, simply head, thorax, abdomen and buttocks. That's all. And that is called as a torso, a portion of the body without limbs. Now you can just imagine how that man would have lived his life so far. He is 26 or 27 or 37 years, I do not know. By the time this book has been printed, it is said 26 years lad, old man. I do not know how old is this version whatsoever. Now that is Nick Vujicic. He was born with no arms or no legs, but he doesn't let the details stop him. This disability, this details means this disability, this thing, never stopped him doing whatever he wanted. He has done. What are things he has done? Let us see. The brave 26 years old who is mainly a torso. Torso I have already told you. That is only the head, thoracic region, abdomen, the buttocks. That's all. Just like a rod-like, statue-like, which is sculpted on the either wood or on the stone. That much. And plays football and golf. He plays that. You may wonder how he doing it. Now second, and swims and surfs. Swimming without legs, can you imagine it? Without hands, can you imagine it? But he does it. And now, despite having no limbs, he swims, he surfs, he plays golf, he plays football. That is Nick Vujicic. About him we are going to read. Nick has a small foot on his left hip, which helps him balance and enables him to kick. He uses his one foot to type, write with a pen, and pick things up between his toes. If a pin is dropped and if you are asked to pick it up by your hands, using your hands, just imagine how easy it is, rather how difficult it is. But he picks up accurately within no moment if a pin is dropped with his that little leg which is attached to his left hip. With that, he picks up the pin even from the ground. He kicks a ball accurately for about 30 to 40 feet away. If the catcher is there, the person will not be catching. He will be kicking it into his hands. That accurate kicking he will be doing. He does it. And next, he uses his foot to typewrite. I can typewrite 100 words a minute. It is very good. But how many mistakes you commit? That is the thing. We commit mistakes. Again we'll be going back and again we'll be erasing and again we'll be typing. But the person about whom we are reading, he can type with his toe, only one, this leg. With his toes he types. Not only that, he catches hold of a pen and a pencil, he writes. Now you can think, in what way he is inferior to you all? This word he has forgotten. Though he doesn't have the capacity, no hands, no fingers, nothing, but he doesn't feel inferior. He writes, he types, he plays, he swims and he skateboards. That is his ability. Nick Vujicic. I call it my chicken drumstick. Chicken drumstick. It is a very delicious food item. If you go to any dhaba there, they will be serving you chicken drumstick, masala fried one. It is a very tasty one, of course. I did not do it. I have seen it, people eating it. A very small piece of a chicken leg. That he calls it his leg here because it is a very small one. With this he balances himself, his body. That's all. He doesn't eat it. Now, I call it my chicken drumstick, joked Nick. Means, you see how much guts are required. He jokes on his own body. Now you imagine a blind person, he doesn't weep, he jokes on it because his ability will be balanced somewhere, something else he can do more than what he sees here. He may not be having eyes, but he may be having a perfect ear. He may be having a perfect smelling capacity, or he may be having a perfect, very perfect touching capacity, sensation here he may be having. Likewise here, Vujicic says he jokes on this little foot with which he does many things. He balances himself, he writes, he typewrites, he kicks the ball, he picks up pins even, and he writes with a pen, and he plays football with this leg, and he jokes on it. Right? Next is, I call it my chicken drumstick, joked Nick, who was born in Melbourne, Australia, but now lives in Los Angeles. I would be lost without it. Though he joked, what he said again, he would have been lost if he doesn't have this leg, small one. Due to his faith as an evangelical Christian, Nick has chosen to remain a virgin until marriage, although he has had long-term girlfriends in the past. He is very modest, but he gets marriage proposals from women all the time, said Nick's friend and publicist Steve Appel from Los Angeles. He would love to get married